Let me show you my little Christmas tree setup. Can you see that? I got like all my little self-help, personal development books over here. But I have a lot more books and I need to do something with them. So I think I'm gonna set them up over here too. But these are not personal development. These are like writing books, imaginative writing and stuff like that. But this is not self-help or personal development. This is my favorite book, Black Boy by Richard Wright. I think I read this for the first time when I was like in high school, I think. And I didn't really get it, but I picked up bits and pieces, like when he was like 6 years old, drunk and whispering stuff in women's ears and stuff, and people thought it was funny giving them quarters to whisper messages and stuff into women's ears or whatever. Like, as an immature teenager, of course I pick up on that stuff, and so later on, I think I found the book somewhere in my stuff and read it again and was like, oh, I like this. So I this is my favorite one, even though I also like Native Son, and I think Richard Wright wrote Native Son too, and whatever. But I read it again. It was my favorite. I read it again since then and again since then. But this is up here because it's my favorite. But Joseph Prince, if you don't know about Joseph Prince, he's the truth. He preaches good Bible, and his books are like really, really eye-opening. I just learned about him this year, and I recommend you look into him. You can watch some of his sermons or some of his videos on YouTube to kind of learn what he's about and the type of stuff that he talks about. It's good stuff. And then Andrea Denise, she's a cool chick, and she wrote a book called The Mask a couple of years ago. I keep saying that I'm gonna go over topics that I wrote about in the book. I am gonna do that because I think it's important, especially now. Like, doors of churches are closed all over the place. Some people have opened a little bit, but a lot of questions have been raised and a lot of issues have come out. A lot of people are finding that they're not getting the help that they need or wanted to get from the church. And that's it's a major topic that I talk about in the book. And look, you see how thin this is? Hey girl. You see how thin this is? This is because the people that I wrote this book for are not, and I don't mean to not be PC when I say this. It's just a fact that in my world, in my experience, the people that I wrote this book for are people that don't typically read, which is crazy because the Bible is full of so much information and it's full of so much game and wisdom and knowledge and understanding, and it's like the key to life. But the people that need that information the most don't read. And I wrote this. This is my story. You see that? The mask. What is on my face? The mask. You see how this is all pretty and nice, and she's cool and cute and doing all right. But behind the scenes, you see her? She all scarred up and beat up, but she pretending. That's what this is about. we learn how to look the part and stuff. I'm not going to go into all of that. If you're interested, you can go to writemindstudio.com or AndreaDenise.com and get this. But I am going to talk about some of the topics in this book in other videos, because I think it's very, very, very needed. And it's really short. You can, and I spread it out, made it look like a little novel, so you can easily read it. But it's giving game. Another one of my favorite authors, he wrote this and he wrote these 3 books right here, Bruce Wilkinson. Now, he has a great way of putting things together, and I love the way that he writes it all out. So I recommend, I would say, all of Bruce Wilkinson's books. I have not read all of them, but The Dream Giver, which is on writemindstudio.com, is an amazing book. And You Were Born for This. This one is A Life God Rewards. The Prayer of Jabez, and The Secrets of the Vine. Now, I also have like it's like a little CD set of this, but I know that people don't do CDs anymore. I don't do CDs anymore. But the book is amazing. Then I have The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People down here. Of course, I got some Bibles. I got The Secret over here. Very good book. Very good movie if you've seen that documentary. The Richest Man in Babylon. The God Chasers. Now that's a really good book. Joyce Myers, A Leader in the Making. Joyce Myers, another good one. Kingdom Woman by Tony Evans. He also has Kingdom Man. I haven't read that book, but Kingdom Woman is amazing. I have Do What You Love, The Money Will Follow. Now, to be very honest and transparent, I started reading that book, but I didn't finish it. But the concept is there, right in the title, and it makes perfect sense. But yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and kind of fill out my tree with these books, because I don't have any other place to put this stuff right now anyway. But yeah, some of these books I think I'm gonna throw out. I don't like getting rid of books, but sometimes it's necessary. You know, we change, we grow, and some things that entertained us before just doesn't entertain us anymore. That doesn't give us the information that we were looking for or hoping for. But you know, change is inevitable. Change is good. Fences, have you read that? Seen the play? Should. Sidney Poitier. My tree is a little naked. Compared to other trees, it's a little naked. Because that's all you get from me. That's all you get. Especially on short notice. My grandmother wrote this book, We Are Chosen, by Janice M. Lee. And this is about stories of strong women in the Bible. Oh, look. It's a news clipping of her. It's a lot about my grandma that I don't know. I'll be talking to somebody or talking to my father, and he'll be telling me, you know, your grandma such and such. Like, I did not know that. Like, yeah. And my grandmother, she doesn't talk much. Well, I think she talks a lot, but she doesn't talk much when I'm around. Like, she'll just look at you. Like, she can read your life story by looking at you. But she doesn't say too much. I think well, I'm sure she wouldn't want me telling her age, but I think she's around 81, 83 right now. I say it's funny because she was 59 for like 15 years. So you never know. You never know. Ouch, ouch, ouch. My ankles are white. Don't judge my life. I'm glad you can't see. It's filling out. I think this is cute. I've never been one to really like care about gifts under the tree. I mean, when you're a kid and that's what you know, of course you buy into it or whatever, but the way that my parents had us, we got everything and we had so much fun, and they built experiences with us, so we didn't really care about the stuff as much. Yeah, we wanted certain things or whatever, but we didn't really care about the stuff. And I remember one year my parents had put gifts under the tree, but they had written all of our like cousins and uncles and aunties' names on the gifts, and they told us that, you know, in our family is huge, and so they would have like, you pick a family, so our family would pick a family out of the hat, and we would get them gifts or something. So one year we had a bunch of gifts under the tree, but they had other people's names on them, and our parents were like, you know, this year we couldn't really get y'all anything because we had to get, you know, the other family stuff. And we were like, okay, like we don't care. That doesn't bother us. We get everything anyway, and we do like we do stuff as a family. We don't mind not getting gifts. And that, I guess it just like melted their hearts and solidified that they were actually raising us the way that they wanted to raise us. And Christmas morning, they told us to open those gifts. We were so confused. They were like, okay, Andrea, you get all the gifts for so-and-so, and you get all the gifts for so-and-so. And we got them all together like we're about to bag them up and go to our grandparents' house. And they were like, now open them. We were like, huh? And they were like, go ahead and open them. And we opened them, and it was like all the stuff that we wanted for Christmas. So that was pretty cool. But my parents are pretty cool. They did stuff like that a lot. I mean, not like that, but they created experiences and stuff a lot. I don't know what some of these books are. Angela Davis. I don't know what that book is. All right, another box down. Thanks for helping me empty another box, for keeping me company. Ooh. You need to go somewhere, because I don't like you out front like that. Maybe there? It's cool, right? Little library tree. Look at my little library tree. Okay. All right. Enough fun for today. Am I that much of a nerd? Enough fun for today. Let me go check on my chili. And I don't know if I'm gonna add anything else to this or what, but yeah.
All right, we'll be back safe, and I'll be back to see you. All right.
Daddy making me my own donuts. Own donuts, my own donuts.
Even when they hot.
Stay beautiful on the inside. Peace.